Here's the little buddy. Alistair was in the NICU for 71 days, and Parker was in the NICU for 136. 136 days. Like, when you get to day 100, you just get so discouraged.
Hi, baby.
Parker had a total of 5 bowel surgeries, and he was discovered that he had a brain bleed, and that caused his diagnosis of cerebral palsy.
He couldn't sit up, he couldn't roll over, he didn't walk till he was well after 2.
We did her physical therapy assessment at probably about 7 months. At 13 months, she got diagnosed with a deletion on chromosome 5.
I think it was at his 2nd birthday party, just shut down. We found out that he has sensory processing disorder.
So I think about 3 months old, Remy was diagnosed with chorioathetoid dystonia cerebral palsy.
Her speech delays were called childhood apraxia of speech, and then she has sensory processing disorder. He was about 4, and he also has sensory processing disorder.
She was diagnosed with hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, which is HIE, which means that at some point during pregnancy, labor, or delivery, her oxygen was cut off to her brain. And I'm thinking, I'm a mom, I have a baby, this is all, happened. And then to go home that night without your child.
She's always had therapy from 2 weeks old, between physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, MNRI therapy, feeding therapy, all of the therapies.
Pretty quickly realized that he was going to need to have all 3: physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy.
And so she does speech still as well as feeding therapy.
Hearing, speech, OT, we were already in PT, increased her therapy frequency. It very quickly becomes all-consuming. Very quickly becomes you live in your car, going from place to place to place to place to place. It's like paying for a year or 2 of college, except you don't have 18 years to save.
Okay, you're gonna wipe them off. Oh, that is so nice of you.
We're struggling to cover the cost of these visits. Our therapist and our case coordinator presented this idea and said, hey, I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's the Elevations Grant. I think you would be a great fit for it. Go ahead and apply.
Elevations was founded because too many children with special needs who could be helped by therapy were falling through the cracks. We want to make sure that every child that can be helped by therapy is getting the therapy, regardless of their parents' ability to pay. Insurance doesn't cover a lot of things, so the family has to decide, okay, do I get my child what they need, or do I put food on the table? And so we just found that unacceptable, and we needed to make a change.
Something that we've been talking about for many, many moons.
I think the greatest thing we could do for our families and the people that we serve in our organization is letting them know you're not alone. There's someone there to support you, not just financially, but through a community. And that's really important to us.
I'm not opposed to adding it. In fact, I'd like to add it in. I just want to be able to.
When everything else involved with this whole process is like bureaucracy and red tape and jump through this hoop and then we're going to tell you no. And then to have this process be reassuring, encouraging, it's like somebody gets it. Like there aren't all of these hoops and it's just like, we know you need this, we know this is valuable, let us help you.
It's so personalized. Like they know who we are, they know Remy and Remy's story or us, and they care.
Parker laid on the floor, or he sat in my lap. and that was it. He has really weak tone in his core, so he can't hold himself up. He wants to play, he wants to color, he just can't figure out how to make his body move. So I tell people kind of like his brain is there, his body's just broken.
Hi.
Firefly Friends is based out of England. They've got the go-to seat, they've got the splash sheet, and you fight insurance like tooth and nail for anything close to it. It just seems so unattainable because it's a very expensive chair, let alone 2 very expensive chairs.
Those 2 chairs cost probably around $900. And that's something that would be a huge burden for a family, especially when they're already paying out of pocket for a lot of other things.
I lost hope for what the future held for my child. What is his future gonna hold? What is this gonna look like? How do we help him have the best possible life for him? As I look around me and I'm seeing these other parents and caregivers that are experiencing that same stress and grief and worry, and it's always full. The waiting list is huge. There is such a need for what this service is giving. It's giving hope to these families. And knowing that that help is coming from our community, like there's putting a face to that need. And knowing, like, I just want to give them all a hug. I just want to, like, go and, like, thank every single person and say, meet my son. He is the greatest. He is the most loving. He is, like, he's optimistic. He never gets frustrated when we don't understand what he's saying. He just tries again and again. He's, like, the most cuddly, snuggly. I'm like, I just want to take him door to door and say, this is who you're helping. You are giving him a chance to have a life, to have a future. And I just want to like wrap him in a big hug and say thank you. Thank you for helping our family.
Had a family just a few years ago that applied for a therapy ball, a $30 therapy ball. For most of us, $30 is $30. For this family, one therapy ball was all they wanted. And of course, we were eager to provide them with that. The impact was immeasurable. Immeasurable.
We all can't win the lottery. But I mean, we really did with Elevations. And I'm so unbelievably grateful to everything that they've done for us.